Pete, we're going to go and get a coffee real quick. We're desperate. We're just going to go down to Double Black in Albert Town.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Do
you want to meet us there?
Yeah, well, I'll wait here and see who...
Yeah.
Oh, well, whereabouts is... Oh, that's that we...
At the bottom of...
just under the hill there.
On the roundabout down the hill. We'll be 2 minutes.
Sorry. Okay. We're desperate.
Wow, look at that car. Look at that bike. Look at that car. Look at that bike. Go!
After this black car. Oh, yeah. Still good, still good, still good.
Thanks, babe. Look at that thing.
Wow.
Impala.
A friend of mine at school, she was my best friend for a while, Donna, her dad had a couple of Impalas.
Yeah?
And he was really into classic American cars, and they were enormous. And he used to drop me home, and we'd be cruising around in this giant Impala. It was awesome. Yeah, but they're
Are they American or Australian?
American.
American.
Hey, can you imagine trying to navigate that thing around?
I know, it's like a boat. What were they thinking? I suppose when you're only driving in straight lines, Christie Brothers.
Oh, he's got a massive beard. Not like Father Christmas.
That's Brad. He's absolutely lovely.
The Christie Brother boys.
Yeah. Lovely guys, both of them.
Poor old Pete. He's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, so we're off. We're off. Hello, mate. We're off on our holiday.
Yay!
Yay.
Coffee stop first.
But we're going for a ride with the boys first on the way, and we've just told them we have to have a coffee. We have to.
Like, I'm gasping.
Yeah. Tubbs is gasping.
I need a coffee.
Yeah.
Like, hard out.
Me too.
Oh look, they put a car park in here, babe.
Yeah, that's brand new. Or they've got a van with a table and somebody's... Yeah, that's a brand new car park there.
Yeah.
And that's the New World supermarket being built right there. Anyway, we're going to say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Nice day here in Wanaka.
Yes.
Windy.
We've had just the crappiest summer so far, haven't we?
We've had really scorchingly hot days, interspersed with rain and wind.
Well, it's really been raining with the odd baking hot day.
That's
But
right.
it's rained and rained and rained, and that's why everywhere's looking green and lush instead of burnt and scorched like it normally does.
However, over Christmas, like the last 4 days have been gloriously sunny,
Yeah, Christmas has been great, hasn't it?
just amazing. So we've been swimming every day at the beach, on the lakefront I should say. And it's been so
Wow.
relaxing. Isn't
You've
it?
been swimming, I've been kind of floating
Putting your big towel.
like a basking shark.
You've been wading in.
I've been wading,
You
yeah,
went under one.
not swimming.
Yeah, okay, well, correction, I've been swimming and Tom has been wading.
I'm slightly more sensitive when it comes to the temperature of the water.
You're fair
It's
English skin.
frickin' freezing.
Well, it's a lot
It's
of
glacial melt. It's snow that's melted and run into the river.
Yeah, it's only really to the end of summer when the lake
Yeah,
temperature warms up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is still a bit chilly at the moment, I must say. Pop down to our little fave cafe.
Yeah, this is, if you're ever in Wanaka, this is the best cafe by a billion trillion miles. You have to get slightly out of Wanaka into a little town. It is still Wanaka, but they call it Albert Town.
Yeah, this
Like they pretend it's a different town, but it's not. It's the same.
yeah, it's about 5 minutes drive from Wanaka, really. Our little parking spot at the front. And handy.
Right. Tubbs want to get off?
Do you want to explain that? I see how we've fully reverted back to the Tubbs nickname.
Technically you're not Tubbs anymore, are you? Because you're slim as.
There's a baggie on me now.
But it's a term of endearment.
I know, darling. It's all right. I quite like it, actually. Oh my gosh, I'm so hanging out for this. And look, there's hardly anybody here. Excellent.
Talking of which, I am officially on a diet. Oh my god.
Those leathers feeling a little bit tight there, babe.
The leathers are feeling like they've shrunk slightly. Unfortunately, my one-piece leathers I tried on the other day, they've definitely shrunk.
Oh, really?
There's no question about it.
Funny that.
I haven't worn them for about a year, and I tried to put them on, and they were literally pushing my testicles into my throat.
Oh my gosh, babe. Yeah, it's diet time, all right.
Yeah, it's diet time. It's your fault.
How can it be my fault?
You're literally feeding me bloomin' mince pies. You were just stuffing them in my face.
Oh, right, sure. It's not my fault you were eating like 10 a day.
It's got to get in the festive spirit, babe, you know?
Oh, yay, we're off on our holiday at last.
Oh no. So we haven't done a vlog for about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Can you see the
Plane coming in there?
No, look directly above us.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in two minds about that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sort of like, I want to do it, but then I don't want to die.
We know people who have had very serious accidents.
And also people who have died.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things you've just got to let, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I know people who have died motorbiking and yet we still do it, so...
That's true.
In fact, I know more people that have died motobiking than have died, not hang gliding, but parachuting.
Well, it's because nobody can afford to do it.
Well, that's the biggest turn-off, is for the two of us to do it. It's like $500, isn't it?
Well, it's $300 actually.
$300 each?
Yeah, each.
Yeah, so $600.
Well,
That's crazy money. That's a new GoPro.
Yeah, that's right. Nearly, not quite.
Well, it is. That's a new Hero 7. They were $500. In fact, it was slightly no, it was exactly $5.99.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So it's across the two jumps. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Not worth it.
Oh, much rather have the GoPro.
Yeah. Woo.
So, and Mara makes exactly 100k.
Is it?
Yeah. So we'll be there in an hour. Now, remember, we need to keep to the speed limit. It's the first day of our holiday.
Okay, babe.
And we don't want to repeat it last
Okay, babe. I don't have enough points on my licence to have a
No.
repeat next year. They will take the bike.
Now, that might be a problem because Pete does shift.
Pete does shift, but I think he's in a cruising
Cruisy.
mood.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete in front, who's got an XR exactly the same as ours, just red. When we go out together, he's quick, very, very quick.
I love Pete. When we
Yeah.
go to the pub on a Friday, he always waits for me to get there so he can have a red wine. Oh, careful, babe.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Because and I said, why don't you just have a red wine when I'm not there? And he said, because I look like a pug. He said, I've got to wait till you get here so I can. So funny. Now that's a beautiful bike.
The XR is the sexiest motorbike, isn't it?
Oh,
I mean, I like GS's, but they're just nowhere near as sexy.
a truck overtaking a
That
tractor.
car is doing a dangerous look.
Ooh. I'm up over tractors. So cool. Maybe we should get a bit of land base so we can...
What's that
drive
car
around on the
doing?
tractor.
Get some land so we can buy a tractor. You always come up with these blooming great ideas.
Oh. You like tractors?
I can't afford a blooming hamburger at the moment, let alone...
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, is hire some bikes Aussie.
We will one day. We'll go to Aussie, but the problem with Aussie is it's frickin' hot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, don't like it. Too hot.
You
I've
can
been to
handle it.
Australia once, and that was with the football club years and years ago. When I first moved to New Zealand, I joined a football club, and we went to the Gold Coast
On a party run.
on a party week
I was not
with
very
the
happy about
football
it.
club, and it was the most fun. And they tried to get me into strip bars. I'm not really into strip bars. It weirds me out, to be honest. I don't need to look at other women's bodies. Anyway, long story short, I drunk a lot that day and that night, and I went into the strip club. I lasted about 3 or 4 minutes. I was like, this is shit, let's go to a proper club and go for a dance. Anyway, what happened was I ended up walking out the club and power chucking all over the bouncer's shoes as I was leaving. Anyway, the next thing I knew, I was running down the road, the main street of Surfers Paradise, being chased by this bouncer. And I looked next to me, and there's this little fat guy running alongside. And he just looked at me and went, "All right, Tom." And I went, "All right, Tim." It was one of the boys, and the police were chasing him.
No.
It was just one of them weeks.
Oh my gosh, man. You're not very good with a whole lot of booze, are you?
No, I'm not so good with booze. I'll never forget that.
Oh my god. Sucking up on the bounce.
Yeah. I vividly remember just looking down at his shoes and
Oh no.
shiny black shoes.
Oh.
I don't think I'll be invited in that club again.
Probably not. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I wasn't too happy about you going on that trip. I was like, oh my god.
To be honest, it ended up being, it was a lot of boozing, but it really wasn't that bad. But the thing that, if you haven't been to Australia, the thing about Australia is they don't wear any clothes. Nobody wears clothes, so all the women are wearing these tiny bikinis, and all the men are just wearing boardies.
Yeah.
So
And jandals.
So Australians, they're quite an interesting breed actually, because they're quite body conscious. So they all look amazing. Like the women just all look incredible. And the men they're all like cut as.
Yeah,
And because they're so used to walking around without clothes on.
that's right. And like,
Whereas your British bloke with his with his beer gut And do you know what I mean? It's a completely different world.
And the Roman sandals and teethers. The Roman sandals.
The long socks, yeah.
And their shiny red bird skin.
Yeah.
And white legs.
that might be a bit of a generalisation, to be fair.
For the girls out there, there are some pretty good-looking men in Australia as well as women. So.
Yeah, they're.
And the men, when they do put clothes on, they are immaculate.
They're
really, cool.
really dressed to impress. The Australians do.
Definitely, it's all about how you look.
Yeah, it is all about how you look.
But the girls will spend a fortune on themselves, on their
They do. They've all got boob jobs. They've all got like hair extensions.
White teeth.
They've all had their teeth white. They all look amazing.
Yeah, they've spent a lot of money on themselves.
Yeah, not like your good old Kiwi girl, with gumboots on and her short shorts, straw in her hair.
Not that cool. Kiwi girls are a bit more down to earth, I would say.
Kiwi girls they're farm girls, aren't they? Kiwi girls.
Yeah.
They're farm.
Well, a lot of them, but but even the city girls, although they do spend a bit of money on themselves, nothing like the Australian girls.
No, Kiwi girls are a lot more get up and go, I reckon. They're less Barbie-like.
Yeah.
Aussie girls are a bit Barbie-like, I think.
Oh, Kiwi girls are into anything. They're pretty gay. You know, like, they like to get amongst it, quite outdoorsy and stuff like that. So, yeah. I think that's
Kiwi blokes are something else. They're actually Kiwi blokes and Aussie blokes are just worlds apart, aren't they?
Worlds apart.
Yeah. But you have a look how many Australian actresses there are now in Hollywood. There's blooming loads of them.
All blonde hair and
they're all gorgeous. Yeah. Anyway, change the subject.
We digress. Again.
Yeah.
What were we talking about in the first place?
I have no idea.
Oh, we were talking about you going to Australia. And it's Queensland is boiling and it's really humid.
It's too hot, babe. It's too hot to be motorbiking. I'd rather go... I've got a love-hate relationship with America right now. I love America. I'm not sure I'm into the attitude that's coming from America at the moment, but I've been to America before, and even though from what you see on TV, Americans come across as a-holes, actually they're not. They're the loveliest people I've met, really.
Oh, Americans are really nice.
They are. They get a bad reputation because of all the bad, because the media focuses on the bad.
Yeah, well, of course, they do that.
But actually, they do that in every country, you're right. But actually, I stayed in Massachusetts for 2 years, and Massachusetts, and they are lovely, lovely people, really nice, Americans are. So I would kind of like to go to America, and I would like to go and see my brother in Canada. I'd much rather do that than Aussie. Sorry, Australians, it's just too freaking hot. Well, I work with a guy who's from north of Perth, and he said it is not unheard of for it to be 50 degrees.
Yeah, Perth.
50 degrees.
The West
50, like if you pour 50 degree water on your skin, it's painful, it burns you. Imagine that air temperature being 50 degrees, let alone what the sun is.
Yeah, and he's a roofer, so can you imagine that heat? Working in it.
No, it'll kill you.
It's a different breed, eh?
Different, totally different. Like 37 degrees here is the cut-off. You're legally allowed to just put down your tools and stop working at 37 degrees. But they're working in 50.
50 degree heat, yeah. It's insane. I mean,
it is like, insane. It doesn't make sense to me.
You can't even stand outside.
No.
I mean, I've been to Perth when it's like 42, I think it's the hottest. And it was just literally, you could not go outside. You had to go, if you're going shopping, you just stick to the air-conditioned building. I'm not interested, sorry. I don't want to be sat in leathers
in
Isn't it
45
like being
degrees.
Yeah, it's like being in a desert pretty much.
He said you can't lie on the beach.
No, you can't, no.
Well, not because of the heat. Because if you lie on the beach, a crocodile would eat you.
If you go in the water, a shark.
Yeah, you can't go in the... It's like hell. It's it's no wonder that they sent the British prisoners there. I mean, it's hell. Can you imagine the English people getting eaten by crocodiles trying to cool off from the heat?
Yeah, and then they go to the beach and they go for a swim because it's so hot.
Yeah.
And then they get eaten by a great white. And the spiders
everything in Australia is trying to kill you, that's a fact.
They've got snakes, lots of snakes, and spiders, and lizards. And everything wants to eat you, pretty much.
Anyway, there are a few Australians that watch this channel, so we'll give you some love.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be on holiday, not have to go to blooming work every day. Just to wake up of your own accord without an alarm screaming in your ear.
Yeah. Going, wake up, your life sucks. Wake up, your life sucks.
And it's about to get even suckier.
Yeah. Anyway, so the plan is, folks, we're doing it a bit different this year. Instead of doing a tour where we're staying in different spot each night, we've managed to blag some accommodation off a mate. And what we're going to do is we're going to stay in Christchurch, and then each day we're going to go to somewhere different. Yeah, Arthur's Pass is not far from Christchurch, babe. Anyway, there are lots of things we can do, so that's the plan. We couldn't do the North Island trip, I'm very sorry. I know we said at some point we were going to. Purely for two reasons, really. One is obviously money, which we don't have a lot of, and time. Kim only managed to get 2 weeks off, and unfortunately the first week we were looking after family and Christmas and that sort of stuff. So really we've only got this week, haven't we?
Yeah. No, but we do plan to do a fair bit.
We are going to do a lot, and we'll try and video as much as possible.
I don't think we'll be going to Europe this year, so we will be able to do it next summer, the North Island.
Yeah, except you said you wanted to go Auckland. Oh, so yeah, we could do North Island on the bike next summer. If you tucked your glove in so it doesn't fall off.
Right, wiping now. Perfect. Done.
Well done, baby. Yeah, we're going to have to get a new tank bag. Sadly, the Givey, which we absolutely love, it's been brilliant. We've had it a couple of years now. The zip has crapped out on it and I can't shut it or open it properly. So I'm going to have to buy another one. The other thing is we have got the bike booked in for a service, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's annual service. Have you got your glove back on?
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay.
Ah, pretty.
Do you want to look at it to check? Or are you happy?
That's fine, I'm happy because the screen popped on and it was clear as.
The what popped on?
You know, the screen at the back. It popped
Oh,
on.
so you can see.
I could see. Yeah.
Okay. It's always touch and go, isn't it, when you're doing footage on a GoPro? Did you give yours a wipe as well?
Yeah.
Well done.
I've got a bit of a sore throat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we almost came in the car, didn't we?
Yeah.
Are you going to tell that story?
Okay, so what happened was I said to Tom, it was actually when I was packing, and I said, and I think it all started with, I said, are you going to take your hiking boots? Because Tom's got these really awesome boots and we wanted to get into hiking this summer. And he said, oh no, I'm not going to take them. haven't got room, I'll just have to take my sneakers. So then I started to think, oh, well, I was pretty gutted not to be able to do any hiking. And then I was like, oh, well, if we took the car, we could take our hiking gear and we could take our camel packs and, backpacks and all that sort of stuff. So I started to think we could have an entirely different holiday if we took the car. But then I was like, well, really, taking the car takes all the fun out of going on the bike.
Yeah, you basically said, we're taking the car.
And then Tom was like,
And I was like,
what? That's okay.
I was like, okay, babe.
He knew that in like 2 days' time I'd swing back around and go,
Yep.
I know, 1, 2, 5. And then I was like, oh, well, we've got to do a vlog, and we can't let everybody down. And I was so looking forward to that part and also going for a test ride on the Jet and all these things. So kind of like the next day I was like, oh, actually, no, I have to take the bike. And Tom's like, it's fine, I knew you would come back round. So that was that. So here we are on the bike.
Yeah, but it almost didn't happen, did it?
Just take it easy, this is dangerous.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Precious cargo.
Precious cargo. You are precious, babe.
Yeah. I never get tired of coming through the Linda.
No, you see the clouds on it's just beautiful.
These velvety rolling hills.
Yeah, with the lupins. Ooh, it's quite warm, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to put my clothes up. Oh, that's better. I think I'm a little cheap for getting burnt back.
Your little squirt hamster cheeks. Always
The
looks...
lookout's coming up.
What?
The lookout's just up here.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's the coffee or the fact that we've been talking non-stop, but that seems to have gone by very quickly.
It has, yeah. I'm thirsty as well.
Oh, yeah. I am actually a little bit dehydrated after that coffee. It was strong.
Yeah.
I was just thinking you should bring your camel pack.
Oh, I know. I don't know why I don't.
I mean,
If I could just have it on my back with my little tube up
yeah,
there.
you could quite happily sit there with it on your back with a tube in your gob.
Sucking away.
Yeah.
But the only thing is I'd need a shiwi as well because coming out the bottom of my trousers because I'd need to go to the loo every 5 seconds. Oh no, damn it, they're not going to stop.
Yeah, I knew they wouldn't. They're travel buses. They're not tourist buses. That's a Ritchie's NZ. That's a travel bus. It's probably going to Christchurch.
Oh, true, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean, yeah. Not me.
Know what I mean? Look at that.
Wow.
Isn't it spectacular? It just boggles the mind how, yeah, it is just beautiful. Oh dear, that's a terrible place to overtake.
Shit. Stupid.
Completely invisible corner.
Yeah, go
Oh
back.
no, don't overtake.
Oh my god.
Look, he's still there. Now you can overtake because you can frickin' see. Well, that's either a very stupid or a very brave woman in front.
That was a really dumb moment.
Well, it kind of was and it kind of wasn't because she could see all the way down the road from the top, so she knew there was no
Oh well, I suppose so.
no cars on that road. However, she was overtaken on a completely blind corner, which is incredibly brave if you know that the road's clear to go round a blind corner round a bus.
2 buses.
Because your brain will be saying, don't do it, but you know that the road's clear.
Do you get those in, Switzerland and Austria and
Yeah, high up. I think you get lupins in England as well.
in England?
I think they are English, yeah. You get foxgloves in England are more common, I think.
Foxglove.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like foxglove.
they're very similar.
And sweet peas. Get a lot of kind of wild sweet peas.
Yeah,
And those are all wild roses as well. All those big bushes are all wild roses.
yeah, they are, yeah.
Which is probably an English thing. 'Cause you would have brought those over as well. You're English and they've gone wild throughout the country.
Yeah, see all the nice things that we've done for you. Beautified your barren
Bloody rabbit.
your barren wasteland of a country
Oh,
is now pretty because of the British.
oh my God. Don't get me started.
And you're welcome, by the way. You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
And this road that we built, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's just like how the country's overrun with rabbits and deer and everything that's just destroying the country. Nice.
Yeah, okay.
Not to mention the gorse.
You can't make an omelette without cracking a few eggs.
Oh. The gorse is my pet hate. I hate it.
I love the gorse. It's so pretty, nice and yellow. Oh, where's the gorse? Oh, actually, it's there, yeah. Look at the roses and the lupins. Thank you. You're welcome.
No, it's not so bad through here, but most
And all these trees. Thank you. You're welcome.
some of those are natives.
No, they're not.
Well, just a few. Maybe not the willows. I'm not sure about the willows.
No, willow's a European tree.
Always find them by the river, don't you?
Yeah.
I like to. I'm looking forward to my second coffee.
Are you? Seriously?
Yeah.
My mouth is so dry from the last one.
I'm just like,
It's like the last one sucked all moisture out of my body. It's like Indiana Jones when he drinks from the bad guy drinks from the Holy Grail
oh yeah.
and it shrivels him up. That's how I feel right now.
She's going to turn into dust in a minute.
Yeah. You couldn't want for a better motorbike place, really, could you, than the South Island? It is just amazing.
Oh,
The roads are basically empty.
And the weather's good.
The weather's great.
Yeah, the road's nice and dry.
Yeah, the road's never dirty. There's no potholes. It's great.
Oh,
Don't worry, it's a stop sign.
shoot, you don't want to pull out in front of that.
No, squash us both. So we're in Tekapo. We don't know how much footage is any good from the last little expedition because
We're going to go up to the church.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Our screens were both covered in flies, so we'll see what we got from earlier on. Tekapo is beautiful, but it is also rammed full of tourists. Thousands of them.
Massive tourist destination in New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to open up the vents in my jacket and see what they do. It's getting
You
hot.
want me to do it?
I think I can do it.
I'll do it, babe.
Oh, I can smell marijuana. That's it, Kim. That'll do, that'll do.
Okay.
That's good, actually. I'm going to unzip a little bit. Yeah, somebody's got a crop around here for sure. I can smell it.
Could be your BO.
For some reason, my BO, which I don't get very often, smells of marijuana.
There's all those years of raving, it's finally eking
The
out.
devil's cabbage. Yeah, I think the 90s is still sweating out my system.
Would be surprised. Look at the lupins.
Isn't it pretty?
I can smell them. They smell so
Yeah.
sweet. It's amazing.
So we're we basically just left Tekapo, and we're on the leg from Tekapo to Geraldine. It's about 5 or 6 hours from Wanaka to Christchurch, depending on your pace. It's a long way. It's like a day ride, really. And if you stop for a coffee here and there, it can turn into quite a long trip.
Yeah.
But it is. It's. I was going to say it's a lot of straight roads, but it's not a particularly interesting road. But it's scenery-wise, it's spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, with the lakes and the mountains in the background.
Yeah.
But, where is the church? Is that up here further?
No, that's back there. We
Oh,
just drove
okay.
past it.
We didn't get any of Tekapo.
I can't be bothered.
Oh. Wow.
A speed
Okay.
camera. I hope that I was going 108 when I went past that.
Oh.
But 8 kilometres, probably 8 kilometres out anyway, this thing. So it should be alright.
Oh, I hope so. Have you got the setting on fat mode as well?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, nice.
I'm sorry, I'm not in a particularly talkative mood.
I noticed.
I'm pissed off with myself because I saw that speed van and I went, oh look, a speed camera. But I had my cruise control on 108. Such a doofus.
Mind you, it's always faster than what we're going, so
I know it is. Plus,
slower, I should say.
but they have a 0 tolerance on the Christmas holiday.
We might get away with a couple of kilometres over.
Yeah.
Should be alright.
Yeah, if it's 102, you'd think you'd get away with it.
I think that's alright.
Yeah.
So, it's acceptable. Maybe 105, you know, but 102 should be alright.
Oh well, it's only money. I'm just annoyed because I've been going so slow.
I know.
I've been sat at...
Don't get down about it. It's fine. You've been
Just
really
pissed
careful.
off about it, that's all. That just pisses me
alright.
off. Cops. It's always the same old story. The people that try and do the right thing are the ones that get penalised. Luckily the air movement is not that bad when you get
No.
going, but if you stop, holy crap.
Yeah, it's hot.
Right, it is, okay, so we've been going since 9 o'clock this morning is when we left.
Yeah.
The time now is 10 minutes past 4.
Well,
Yeah, it has been, excuse me, it has been a long day, folks, a really long day. It's 32 degrees, we're pouring with sweat.
and we're just coming into Christchurch.
We're just coming into Christchurch, there's cops absolutely everywhere, so we haven't been able to go a kilometre over 100 through
Yeah.
fear of getting busted.
We had to make a few stops and
We've eaten, we've had a couple of coffees, but we are pretty broken, aren't we? That's a long way.
Yeah, that was a long way, alright.
I've got sweat dripping down my back.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Oh, use your imagination.
Yeah, I've got squishy boobies.
You got sweaty boobies. There's no imagination needed there.
Yeah, needless to say, it's hot, and but we've been very lucky. I mean, look at the day.
I'm pretty sure his house is in the northwest of Christchurch and we're in the southwest. So we just stay straight. And then,
I think the last time we just went straight, didn't we?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
over the-
We
over
go
the bridge.
up and over the bridge.
That's right. And then straight ahead around the roundabout. And then we go left somewhere.
Anyway, so,
Yeah, sorry, we're going a bit quiet. We're
yeah,
just
we're
trying
both...
to figure out where we're going.
I was going to just say, welcome to the start of our holiday. And we'll hope to bring you some pretty cool videos. We've got we haven't really, actually, to be fair, we haven't got
Island.
anything planned.
Island left.
No.
It had an arrow with
No.
island.
No, how can you not remember where to go?
Okay, fine. Just ignore me then.
Right. Unfortunately, that's about all I can remember.
We've got to go left up here, don't we? Island Road, to the left.
Oh, is it left?
Just there. I knew I was right.
I don't think you are. I think we go up to this crossroads up here.
No, it was off Island Road.
Can you remember coming out of the Toyota shop? Out of there from somewhere over there?
Wharanui Road, is that ringing a bell with you?
Hmm.
What's the name of the street we're going on?
I've no idea.
Oh my God. Wharanui Road does ring a bell.
Clyde Road. I thought it was up there on the right,
Island
to be honest.
Toyota.
Might have to dig the phone out. Oh, this looks familiar.
I told you way back when it said
No, excuse me. We would have been at that side of Christchurch somewhere by now if it was up to you. You're like, turn left.
Right, it was to the left, and I kept saying Island Road.
No, you just don't trust me,
I
do
remember the
you?
university.
I
there on the left.
remember it too.
Ah.
Oh look, we're going the right way. Huh.
Yes, I said to the left and you were going to the
No,
right.
no, you said to the left back there about
Yeah,
3 kilometres
this
ago.
runs parallel with the road
No,
there.
no
Which
perpendicular.
is the other side of the university.
Tubbs is not always right, even though Tubbs thinks
Tubbs
she's
is
always right.
And I was right about that. We would have been here miles away. I mean, ages ago.
I took us straight there. There
Not
was
quite.
fair amount of luck involved, I think. If this is a roundabout with shops on it, I'm a genius. Doesn't look like it is, actually. No, I'm not so much of a genius after all. Okay, we've got to go. Turn around. We were almost there at that crossroads. We should have gone left instead of right. We were right there.
What's the name
So
of the
we
street?
go down. I promise I can't read it. My eyes aren't good enough.
Should we have a look at it?
Okay, we're on Harton Street. We've got to turn around, turn right down Strowan Road,
Yeah.
which in classic Kiwi style turns into Waikeri Road.
Waireki, yeah.
Then we
Strowan.
turn left onto Elam, and then it's just there.
So it was on Elam Road. Like I said.
Well, excuse me, like I said.
I said there's Elam Road. We turned down there. You went, no, babe, we go straight ahead here.
No,
Don't you remember?"
we could
Said
rewatch the
me,
video. That's
"Yes,
not
we
what I said.
shall." Yes, and I'm going, there's Island Road, there's Island Road. And you're going, we need to go down there. And you went, no, we go straight ahead. I was like, okay.
That's rubbish. We were just on.
Okay, well, she'll watch the video then, shall we?
Yeah.
See what happens.
Finally, evidence that you're wrong.
I am right. And you know I'm right. Like I'm always right.